to get on those tickets for Luca.
I know. I was saying Luca loves it. We watch it on YouTube, and we were like, we like Savannah as a city. We'll just go down there and check them out. Even then, we couldn't get tickets.
Yeah,
so
it's hard.
It's. I mean, I get it. It's such a cool. They're like packing stadiums. That'll be fun. In the meantime, this morning was a hard snap into actual. Yeah.
Back to reality.
Yeah, like I feel like people may have kicked on heat or.
We had ice that had formed in one of our chairs outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, you were probably like 25, so
Yeah.
it checks out. But it is jarring. You see that for the first time. Like, what are you doing here? Well, it was a big switch, and for many of us, it was the coldest morning we had since last April 18th in Portland and Bangor, May 1st in Caribou. But yeah, it's been a while, basically since the spring that we were this chilly. Temperatures ended up all right in the upper 50s to around 60 during the afternoon, and tonight will not be as cold as last night. The air mass moderated a little bit, and there will be a little bit more wind, so all of those things mean that we'll end up around the 40 in a lot of spots. There will be some 30s out there, but it won't be as cold as last evening was. Tomorrow turns out to be a nice day, about 65 for many of us, about 60 in the mountains, but a lot of sunshine and a pleasant day overall. And I think you look at the weekend, and this is kind of the lock of the weekend. This is the nicest day of the weekend. Not that it's terrible in the back end. We'll talk about Sunday here in a second. Overnight, tomorrow night, we're back into the 40s again with a couple of 30s across northern Maine. And then we'll see more clouds come in on Sunday. I'm not sure it's quite as cloudy as this model is portraying it. I think we'll see some high, thin clouds and more clouds down across southern Maine especially. But it does knock a few degrees off temperature, and we end up closer to 60 degrees for high on Sunday as opposed to 65 that we're going to see on Saturday. Things get more complicated on Monday, though, as the European model and the GFS model still fight it out as to whether or not that rain is able to substantially get into Maine. The European model stops it basically right at the New Hampshire-Maine border. The GFS spins some of that rain into the southern fourth, spatially or so, of the state and into the coastline. And so we still have showers as a possibility in the forecast over southern Maine, but I think many of us, most of us, end up dry on Monday as most of that rain stays down to the south. But it is amazing how back and forth the models have been with this issue, and they really haven't completely come into alignment even as we get closer to this, to Monday. You'd think by now they would be in better agreement. So rainfall amounts, rainfall amounts should be staying mostly to our south. Again, a chance of showers over southern Maine on Monday afternoon and into Tuesday, but I don't think there's a whole lot of rain there. Temperature trend, about average. Normal high is 62. We'll be cooler than that Monday and then into late next week, but closer to average than we were earlier this week. So we'll still watch Monday. We'll see what kind of shower activity we can have. I don't think it's going to be a big rainmaker for us, though, unfortunately. Some showers may linger into Tuesday, and it looks good on Wednesday and then cool on Thursday. As I mentioned earlier, those 55s are generous by me. The models are pumping out 50, 51 in some cases, so we'll keep an eye on that. Notice overnight lows are not as cold. Last night was the coldest night of the next 7, so that was just a little gut check as to where you're at. And then we get a couple of those tests, and then we go back to more typical stuff.
All right, Keith, thank you.